Hey guys, so this is a daily event. I decided not to run Elf Ball or the Rebel deck. It's going to be a little bit different. I'm actually going to be running Teps. Um, Teps is actually one of my pet decks. I guess not pet decks, but one of my favorite decks because uh, this was actually what sort of got me started into Pauper. Um, Basically, I saw that you could run Dark Ritual, Lotus Petal, Brainstorms, and I thought, what would be the greatest deck you could sort of throw all these things into. And then I saw that they had Empty the Warrens and they had Grape Shot. Now, back when I started, they didn't have a Goblin Bushwhacker just yet. Um, so Empty the Warrens was kind of sort of a sideboard card. It's kind of nice to get the mirror match right away. We'll see. Hopefully he doesn't kill me this turn. Kind of wish I would have had another land there. That is not good for me at all. So unfortunately, I'm probably going to try to go the Grape Shot plan. And I kind of want to keep Goblin Bushwhacker just to cast as a spell at this point. I think it's going to be pretty hard for me to get 5 blue, so I'm going to discard an Ideas. Because I need 5, 6, and 7, so that gives me 6, 7, and 8. No, this is not good. Hopefully he's just using it to cycle. Nope, not going to just use it to cycle. Strangely, he laid a land after he cast, so he burned 2 Dark Rituals to cast Sign in Blood, I guess. Maybe he misclicked. Seems very odd. Well, my problem is I sort of have to go for it now. I don't have much of a choice. Because my opponent's going to have 6 mana and 7 cards in hand. So even though he did burn a lot of these cards, I feel like he'll most likely kill me next turn. So I just got to sort of risk it. Don't know what I'm going to draw. I pretty much have to draw Rite of Flame off my Preordain. That's my only hope. Actually, that doesn't even do it, so I'm just gotta hope he doesn't kill me next turn.
I always thought my younger brother Darren was the best athlete. It was really special having.
And that was me watching the game on tonight. I don't have NFL Network, so I have to watch it streaming. And I originally had muted it, but I guess that doesn't matter for the commercials. I guess it unmutes for the commercials. Yeah, it's bad times anytime you're discarding compulsive research to faithless looting. Bad times for me, I should say, not for him necessarily. And voila. And voila. Well, unless he has another red ritual, he can't kill me this turn. Well, now he can. But he didn't get red mana? He discarded a Grape Shot, so he's just gonna cast a bunch of Empty the Warrens. Well, I get another turn to draw here. We'll see. I need Lotus Petal. I need something. It's funny that he discarded the other Grape Shot, and if he would have just kept the Grape Shots, I would have actually been dead. Well, Lotus Petal or no. That'll do. So here what I want to do is actually want to cast, kind of want to cast Ideals Unbound. My only problems with casting Ideas Unbound is I do get 3 cards, but I can't generate black mana unless I get either a Lotus Petal, Chromatic Star. Actually, I can't even cast Ideas Unbound because I'm not going to have enough mana. Oh, does this count all Rite of Flames and all graveyards? Oh. I've been playing this deck for almost 2.5 years, 3 years, and I didn't realize that it counts all Rite of Flames. Normally because it doesn't come up, because by the time somebody casts the first Rite, that person dies, or their opponent dies, so... gonna go with Ideas, even though it cuts me off of black mana. Unless, of course, I draw what I need to draw. I don't think that's right, because I only need to cast 5 spells and then I need to have 6 mana. So, I'm going to actually cast, I've cast 1, I've cast Right. I'm going to cast Preordain, so that's 2. I'm actually going to keep all of this. Yes. Yes. I want to cast this. So 3. 4. 4. Alright, now I definitely got enough. 5. 6. Totally didn't think I was going to win that game, or this game. So I get all of my grape shots, which is amusing. Wish I knew the quick key for just same targets. I've been playing this game for I don't know how long. Still don't know what the quick key is. So I got lucky that my opponent discarded grape shot there. Because if he would have kept that in hand, he actually just would have killed me that turn instead. Trying to think how I want to go here. I personally like taking out the Empty the Warrens plan just because a lot of times people will side in Echoing Decays and other things. It does make it a little bit harder, especially this version, because we need a lot more card drawing. I want to bring in Duress, Shred, and I think 2 Hydroblasts, so that way we can stop Goblin Bushwhacker, but we'll see. Alright, so second game, I decided to keep this because I do have mana, even though I don't really have a fast win. Typically one of the Ancient Springs in case like I get a Preordain, or if I actually would have black mana, I would have laid that in case I draw Duress. Definitely want to lay down second Irrigation Ditch though, just because I want to have access to green and blue mana. The green mana is for the Manamorphous, just so that way I can get red mana. I can basically cast Manamorphous with green and white mana, so it's important to note to make sure he's got red mana available, so he may have sided in Pyroblasts. I'm not 100% sure. But definitely after the sideboard games, the TEPS matchups is a lot longer. just because of sideboard cards. Well, he's not even going to do test spells, he's just going to run them out there. Normally, when I go off, especially when I feel that somebody may have sideboarded in something, I'm definitely a little more cautious with my spells. I'm going to pyroblast this, or hydroblast it. Yeah, I don't think he. I don't know. To me, he seems to be a little inexperienced with the deck. Granted, I mean, there's a good chance that I may have gone off there with 6 cards in hand and 3 untapped lands, but you know, he should have thought of, I may have hydroblasts or I may have pyroblasts, and just sort of managed, you know, reevaluated his hand a little bit. I'm trying to think here. He's only got black and green mana, so we'd have to have another Manamorphous to get red or blue. So I think I'm actually okay. I'm going to risk another draw step. He did draw a lot of land, which maybe is his issue. He still doesn't really have access to blue mana. So I think I'm just going to risk it one more time. I don't have anything overly, except I guess Preordain. If I was him, I would take Preordain. Doesn't really do him a whole lot of good to take Manamorphous, especially when I have as much mana as I have. And that's fine. I still have 2 turns, he doesn't have any cards. 2, 4, 6, 8. I can't imagine him drawing anything that's going to allow him to kill me next turn, so I guess he could draw a Goblin Bushwhacker, but he can't actually generate double red for him. I guess he could draw a Hydroblast or a Pyroblast here, but it's worth another card. To me, at least, it is. I think being able to evaluate your hand and possibly what your opponent's going to do is definitely a big strength in playing the Teps decks. Just basically any combo deck. Would have been interesting if he would have generated double red before. Alright, well, here we go. Now, for me, actually, I can actually just sack all my lands. My opponent doesn't have any hand. I don't have to worry about him countering anything. My mana is going to be okay either way. As far as blue goes. Just get these rituals out of the way, I guess. And Cowal Ritual, I'm actually going to use a white mana since it's the least important. I kind of hope here. I'm getting kind of low on actual cards. Definitely going to generate double blue though with this. And I kind of need to draw something here. Going to actually need to shred for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I actually need to shred for see, that's 9 spells. I need to shred for ideas. And hope. Hopefully not draw a bunch of land. Well, that was okay. Unfortunately, the rest of my sign and bloods are no good. That was about as good as a draw as I'm going to get. I kind of need to figure out if I cast 19 spells this turn. I think I'm pretty close. I have 24 cards in my graveyard. Definitely going to generate. Don't really need any more black mana. Not that I really need any more abundance of red mana at this point. Basically, I just need to make sure I'm going to have 2 red somewhere. Those are going to both go to the bottom. And I'm definitely over my spell count now, so at least I'm fairly sure. And if I'm not, what's interesting here is that you can actually pyroblast something that's not red. So it's a good thing to keep in mind if you ever get in a situation where they don't necessarily have red permanents. And you need another spell for Storm. Fairly sure that's 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I mean, I've got 30 spells in my 30 cards in my graveyard, and the majority of them are land, so 5 were land. Yeah, I'm all over. So that was my first round of the daily. I'm just going to pause it, and we're just going to string actually all 4 rounds together because typically they're going to go pretty fast. So I'm just going to pause it here. Watch my Packers-Bears game until the next round starts. So, all right. So we're game 2, and actually, if I'd have 1 mana accelerant, this would actually be turn 2 kill.
Neighbors, certain unnamed people
there
are saying
again
Scott's tough built the grass.
is the ads for the game. So I do apologize. I don't know why. Like I mute it, still comes on. So I'm just going to start closing it from now on. I do apologize for that. So I did scout grapple thing. He is running Teps. I'm sorry, this is not a turn 2 kill. I thought this was Goblin Bushwhacker. Let's see what happens. More Teps on Teps matchups. It's funny that when I played Elf through my dailies, I think I only ran into 1 Teps deck, and my first time playing Teps, I run into back-to-back matches of it. So, Grapple Fang, I think his name is Grapple Farang, Grappling Farang, sorry. I know that he's fairly... Oh, and there's the Goblin Bushwhacker. He's fairly well versed with the deck, so I'm not expecting any sort of free wins this time. If I had mana accelerants, I would keep this. I would actually keep those, but since I don't have any mana accelerants, I gotta actually put them on the bottom. More Sign and Bloods are actually not what I want. I actually just need any mana accelerant at this point. Yes sir, you're in trouble. So I will say good luck. And we'll see if I die here. I can't even get black really. Main deck duress, not terrible. He's probably going to empty the warrens here, otherwise he would have taken empty. So if he's got another empty, I'm kind of not in a good shape, which is a good possibility. Or he just has Goblin Bushwhacker, that does it too. Yeah, I just needed one, and there it was. So close, yet so far. Trying to think how I want to go. I'm going to take out Bushwhackers, 2 empties, put in a shred, duresses. Kind of want Hydroblast. Yeah, I'm just going to take out empties. Hopefully he's going to side in something like Shrivel or Echoing Decay. Or, you know, maybe he's siding in his anti-sideboard. Like, I can't even think what they're called. They're the goblins that sacrifice a goblin to give other goblins +1/+1. To sort of circumvent Echoing Decay or Echoing Truth if I was siding those in. Kind of also want to bring in Deep Analysis just because it gives me 4 cards for some mana. I think I'm going to bring in 1 for 1 Ideas Unbound. We'll see how that goes. Typically it's not going to be discarded to duress, it's just an extra card. It's been such a long time since I've played this matchup. I think that's alright. Definitely don't want to mulligan this, even though I don't have the win in hand. But another good thing against a lot of discard is going to be Chromatic Stars and Chromatic Spheres. They sort of allow you to keep extra cards on the table. And by what I mean by that is, like if these were all Chromatic Stars and I could get them all into play, like his discard is pretty much negated because, you know, it's all sorcery based, so. I wonder if I should try to go for it here. What mana does he have available? Green and blue, so he could Hydroblast one thing. Definitely think it's worth it. I'm going to start off with 3 cards in my graveyard, so okay, well, the pretty much if he's F6ing, he doesn't have any sort of disruption, so that's good for us. I'm actually going to cast Ideas Unbound first. That was about the worst. That was about the worst draw I could possibly get with drawing 3 cards. So we're going to try a Preordain. Well, there's one Grape Shot. I'm going to need a couple more. Don't really need extra black mana at this point, unless I get a Duress and a Ritual of some sort. I could use extra blue. Definitely want to keep extra red. Well, there's the Shred Memory. Unfortunately, I don't have enough mana to shred and cast. So this doesn't do me any good. Well, let's see. I can actually put this on the one on the bottom. Then I'll have to draw. I need to look for something that's going to generate 2 mana for me. Probably black mana. So I think I'm going to keep this on top, actually. Can't burn both black mana, unfortunately. I basically need Lotus Petal. Trying to think what my outs are if I bury this. I need to draw either Lotus Petal, Grape Shot, Rite of Flame, Seething Song, Dark Ritual, Cobble Ritual. I have quite a few outs actually if I bury both. So we just gotta hope. You gotta get lucky sometimes. And there it is. Make sure I don't click my red mana. And I will be right back. Alright, so sorry about that. We're just gonna give this another try. I wish I had some more accelerants, but I don't. The rest is not going to be very good. Well, it'll be good for my opponent. And of course, he starts off with the 1-tap land he can actually generate black mana with. That was good for me. This is red and blue. Duress. Yep. Grape Shot or Ritual. Let me take Ritual here. Just because that's my only accelerant. But we'll see. Definitely a tough choice. I'm just gonna take Lotus Petal. That works too. A bunch of Hydroblasts are not good for me. I maybe should have played Lotus Petal last turn just so I could Hydroblast. I maybe also should have mulliganed, just because I didn't have 2 land. And that's typically what you want, is just at least 2 land, because then you don't necessarily need as many accelerants to go off, so Duress is not such a big problem. And my guess is he's probably going to go off here. He's got 6 cards, 3 lands in hand. Or he's just going to Silent Blood. get up to 7 cards. I don't even know what I necessarily want. Definitely not a Sign in Blood. Can generate double blue, but then I'm pretty much stuck as far as red goes. Actually, I couldn't even generate double blue. Well, bad times for me for sure. Just gonna kind of hope I can stifle some of his draw spells. I think this is fine. The reason why I don't necessarily want to counter the rights is just he already has so much mana. I'm better off countering Manamorphous or Bushwhacker, but we'll see. Can't do anything about Dark Ritual. It's interesting, if he gets down in cards, I may actually sack my land for double blue. If he's on the Empty the Warrens plan, I can at least stop one Goblin Bushwhacker. Not looking good for me. Although now I only need a 7 storm count to win. I only need a 6. I'm gonna sack for blue. Yeah, these are bad times for me. Well, I gotta counter him, or I just die. I just gotta hope he doesn't have any sort of follow-up. All he has to do is have Empty the Warrens, or... am I still dead? No, I go to 1. Sign in Blood doesn't do me any good. I guess I can cast it against him. Yep, that's good game. Yep, nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. Still no land. Well, that's just the way it goes sometimes. That's the price you pay when you only run 12 to 13 land, I guess. So we're going to wait until round 3. Alright, here we go for round 3. And it's unfortunate, no land. I forgot to see what my opponent is playing. 1-2-0, so I'm guessing some sort of Infect deck or possibly Storm again. Triple Storm would be a Infect, it looks like. Yep. Okay. Well, definitely can't keep this hand. This one's a little bit closer. If I can just get one accelerant here. And I'm going to be kind of in a spot here. So I'm sure he's going to cast some sort of infect guy. Yeah, there's Blight Mamba. So this is not good for me. Well, just gotta hope I don't die this turn. Don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me. Yeah, he laid a land. I'm probably dead. And good game. Invigorate? Yeah. Good old Invigorate. So this is kind of a race. I think I'm just going to keep my cards as is. I guess I can put in... I guess I need to put in Duress. I think I'm going to take out one symbol now. I need to put in 2 Duress so I can get rid of Sandstorm. Let me take out a Grape Shot. And another Grape Shot. Well, this time we have like, don't want to mulligan. We got everything we need. We have got accelerants, a good card drawer. We can generate all of our colors of mana. We have we're going to draw at least 5 extra cards. Well, if I knew I was going to draw this particular hand, I would have kept the other Grape Shots in. Attack with the auger. Come on, do it. Be different. Put Rancor on him and suit him up. Get him in there. I don't know. I always find those plays kind of fun and enjoyable. Like, you know, whenever I used to play with Birds of Paradise, if I didn't have anything to do with them on the second turn, I'd just attack with them. I'd be like, take 0, sir. Come on, do it one time. I guess actually you can't do it because it actually might matter that he might need to block a goblin token. He's going to Rancor him up. Wish I had another land. I guess I'm just gonna actually cast Lotus Petal and say go. It's not like I'm gonna die next turn. Alright, well, we definitely need to win now, so always nice to have the one forced up for a sandstorm, I guess. Alright, well, that was actually pretty good for us. Just we get an extra color washer. Then cast these dark rituals. Oh, that was nice. Nice little rate of flame there. And I happen to draw the other grape shot, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Extremely lucky. 6, 7, 8. This will be 9. 10. And we actually draw more. Now, I've done this in the past where I try to get too cute, so I'm just going to cast my Metamorphoses. Make sure I have enough red in my pool. Excuse me. Because there's no reason for me to get cute. Try to draw as many cards as possible. Although this time I am going to duress just to see if he did have Sandstorm. So that way I know what his sideboarding plan is. Because then I may actually take it out. Take out the Empty the Warrens. I might concede here, which wouldn't surprise me. Yep, he did have Sandstorm, so that was good. It's good to know. The thing is, I don't know necessarily what it takes out for Sandstorm. I guess it takes out the, I don't know, what is it called? The one that gives it trample. Just because it's the most probably mana inefficient spell that he's got. And I just took Sandstorm just because there wasn't really any rhyme or reason for it. I just like to say I'm really sorry about the I kind of really hate that I have to reveal my hand. Actually, I think I am going to go that way. I think I'm going to take out the Empty the Warrens, take out the Duresses, put in Innocent Bloods, put in the Shred Memory, put the Grape Shots back in. The unfortunate part is I really don't have any other. I guess I put the Duresses in. Saves me a bunch of poison if I get them early. Maybe an extra land. Oh, let's give this a shot. This isn't my particular TEPS version. I actually just copied it from Magic the Gathering Online. Somebody's 4-0 deck obviously knows it a little bit better in and out than I do. Alright, so we got an Innocent Blood, which is good. Unfortunately, we didn't get any black mana sources to start off with. we only have one ritual, one shred memory. So, depending upon what I draw, I may actually use Lotus Petal to cast Innocent Blood. If he gets a turn 1 infect guy. Well, that's unfortunate, because he's just going to sack that guy. Well, that does save me 3 points of damage if it comes down to it. Typically when you're laying your lands, you always want to lay the blue ones first, or after sideboarded games you want to lay the black ones, just in case you want to cast your duress, or you want to typically lay the blue ones in case you get preordained. I'm not sure if I mentioned that in game 2, but you just got to sort of be aware of your mana. Let's see if he can turn 3 kill me again here. I have a feeling this guy's going to get rain cored up this time. It's one turn too late because I have to kill. I got to kill one guy. He'll save me 3 points. Hopefully, he doesn't have the rest. Yeah, we'll see. Turn 3 kill one more time. If he lays a land, definitely more likely that he's going to kill me. Just because that turns on Groundswell, and he just has more mana to work his pump spells. But he could also have double invigorate or Vines of the Vastwood, which also would have done it. Thankfully he didn't. But the only problem is I have no choice. I have to go for it now. So I'm going to start. I'm going to have to get, I only get 2 extra draws. Just trying to think about how I'm going to manage my mana here. I want to cast Seething Song after Cowboy Ritual, or I want to get Cowboy Ritual Threshold, and then I'd like to use Seething Song to generate the rest of my red mana, just because I'll have extra black. Well, not really. My issue is that I'm going to need double blue, and I'm trying to decide if I want to use Manamorphous to generate that double blue, because I can actually use the green and white mana here. I think that's actually the best play because then I leave Chromatic Star up in case I need more blue. And the reason why I'm using white mana is because we have no use for white mana whatsoever in the deck. The reason I'm going to get blue is because I may have to shred memory for Ideas Unbound, or I'll just draw it. And I pretty much drew about as perfectly as I could there. Yeah, this was actually one of the first decks that I ever created, and I just had pretty much everything that I needed. I don't know if am I going to have enough storm count? That's going to be my problem here. So I cast 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, I don't have enough storm count to kill him. I am actually 1 spell short. It's that Lotus Petal that I had to use. Well, I guess I just need to draw a spell here that I can cast. So let's hope I get anything, not a land. Sweet. I always want to make sure. So I got 9. That should do it. I guess it doesn't really matter at this point. I sort of went all in on that plan before I started counting, so it's not like I can get ideas on bound to try to keep going now at this point. So pretty lucky there. I guess I could get a Sign in Blood, but I think that just diminishes our win percentage by a ton. There's only 9. So this one's only going to be for 10. One, 2, 3, 4. Oh, did I not cast the star? I must have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, I was 1 mana short. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because this is the triggered ability. Well, it doesn't really do me any good. That was unfortunate. Oh well, maybe he doesn't have any creatures. Disappointing when you lose to your own mistakes. I really should have recounted it. No reason for me to do that. Plays a guy, I will concede. And good game. Well, not as well as I'd hoped. Definitely make a lot of mistakes. I mean, quite a few mistakes playing Teps. I remember the days when it just used to be free wins, just because it was doing just ridiculous things compared to the rest of the environment or the rest of the decks. Back then, you know, you were playing against goblins without Goblin Bushwhacker. You were playing against White Weenie with like 4 main deck Guardian of the Guild packs. You were playing against Mono Black Control, which was still really good, and that was actually the biggest problem for Teps back then, was because Mono Black Control is one of the better decks, because it was good against aggro and it was good against Teps. But then back then you also had blue-black control decks. Basically it was just black control with Mole Drifters and Grim Harvests, and that pretty much put it over the top. That was pretty much the top deck for a long time back when I started playing Teps. I just feel absolutely terrible that I lost that game due to my own mistakes. So, you know, I thought it was a good change. I was considering playing the Elf deck. I just been playing the Elf deck for about a month straight. Thought I'd take something else out. But I'm definitely going to change that to the Teps deck that I run next time, because I actually some of the configuration I don't like on it, and it just doesn't suit my particular play style or how I'd want to play the deck. So, but until next time.